because again, one, you're an entrepreneur yourself, and I know you work with a ton of entrepreneurs. And it's
Mhm.
interesting because many people will say once they start a business, whether it's, brick and mortar or online, although I know we both tend to work more with online coaches and businesses, in
Mhm.
that a lot of times people realize like, oh my goodness, this was the deepest personal development journey that I didn't even realize I was getting into. Most people don't even realize, like, what did I sign up for?
Yeah.
And it's this deep personal development journey. And I know for me, I've been in business for about 3 years, and you don't realize initially how your self-worth issues are going to come up. Your abandonment crap can come up, your
Yeah.
self-love issues can come up.
Yeah.
And until you realize that like no amount of money, no number of clients, are going to like fix it, you're going to have to fix it. You're going to have to rewire. Like, do you also see just that, how those beliefs are impacting business owners? It's like, I don't know, right? How many times are we looking for something outside of ourselves to, oh, but once I get this, it's going to be fine. And it's like, no, because that belief is still there.
Yeah, exactly. And not to mention that everything's running in automation, including your decisions. So even how you go about doing business, the strategies you select, the decisions that you make in business, all the choices you're making on a regular basis will be impacted by your programming. So like if you have limiting
Yes.
beliefs, though those results that you are getting right now are directly correlated to what limiting beliefs and beliefs you have in general. Are they supportive of, or not, right? And
Yes.
I 100% agree with you. I always say, like, this is my joke that I say, it's like, well, like, I would say that basically marriage and like business are the two most triggering things that you will ever get into, you know?
Yes.
And then somebody else said, and also having kids. you
Yes.
know? And seriously, it's so true. It's like business. It's like I have done this post so many times.
So true.
Business will trigger the ish out of all your trauma, big T trauma, small trauma, your wounds, rejection wounds, abandonment wounds,
Yes.
like self-worth wounds, and so on and so forth. It will trigger the ish out of you. So FYI out there, if you're an entrepreneur, just know that you also sign up for the most amazing, magical, and challenging experience of transformation if you want to stay in business, if you want to keep going. Because
Agreed.
the only reason anyone in business like that wants to be an entrepreneur wouldn't succeed is if they give up. That's literally the only way. Because if you don't give up, you're gonna iterate, you're gonna change, you're gonna try again, whatever it is. Just like I think Edison. No, Edison was the one that who was the one that
But
created that light bulb?
yes, I think that's Edison. I'm really
Yeah,
bad at
Edison.
history, but
That had to try like literally, I don't even know, 1,000 times, right? Like how
yes,
to not do it to find how to do it. You know, like the
agreed.
only way you will not succeed as an entrepreneur if you give up. And what gives you that endurance is nervous regulating your emotions, which is regulating your nervous system,
Yeah.
and rewiring all the beliefs that you have that are not supportive of the goals, of supportive of where you're going, what you want to create, your vision. And yeah, basically what is that dream, right?
Well, and I think people would be surprised, like as you mentioned, either, if you're in business and you want to be in it for the long haul, right? And so it's like either you're going to figure out a way to make it sustainable, right? You're going to keep trying different avenues, trying different things. And I think most people at some point they realize, oh, I'm going to probably have to heal my own stuff. Like if I'm in a, right? Like I think most people get
Yeah.
to that. Or, I've kind of seen it just on the flip side. And I think this is like the old way of doing business where the business begins to run you. Like, you've started to
Yeah.
figure out some quick fixes, some hacks, some strategies, but it's also like, let's say, because you're sacrificing your weekends,
Yeah.
or you just start to realize that like the business is now running you and you're like, oh, I'm not even making the decisions. My old programming is, or so yeah, I just
Exactly.
think like I think then that you're gonna lead to burnout. So it's not great if you don't decide to like bite the bullet. And I get it. I think you and I have been in this. We know like of course there is an investment, just like anything
Yeah.
else. Therapy costs money. Honestly, medical bills later down the road cost money, like everything, there's an exchange, right? And so
Yeah.
personally, I think as entrepreneurs, I would recommend doing it up front, making the investment in yourself and your business if you can at the same time, because I just think you're going to be able to sustain longer in the long haul. Have you seen that too?
100%. I actually have had multiple clients that have not done this work, they have done mindset work and whatever it is, and they have been pushing through, basically, working
Mm-hmm.
from a place
Yeah,
of
pushing through.
pressure, fear, pushing
Mm-hmm.
through, push, like basically forcing, forcing, forcing. And with that, because they are very ambitious, very driven, just I imagine just like the people that you work with, and they have these
Yes.
big visions that they want to do, and they're type A, and like they just they have been used and conditioned to just power through, they have gotten to a really good place in their business. And then literally they have been either in burnout, they have come to me either with burnout, either with like literally like crazy amounts of fears and stress because they never healed the self-worth. They never healed
Yes.
the rejection and all these different things. And then at that level, here's what happens also. The more money you make, the bigger is your
Mm-hmm.
business, it will amplify whatever is inside of you. It
Yes.
literally will trigger that shit even more. So then they come to me. I'm like, oh, okay, great. I'm like making a lot of money, but I still feel like so stressed out. I think everything's gonna go away, and I think I'm gonna lose it all. And I'm thinking and it's just like, oh, great. It's like you didn't take care of those things
Yes.
when it was earlier. You maybe didn't even notice that you had them, which is totally fine. It happens, right? And then now they are coming up really bigger. So I definitely have had, like, I work with a lot of people that are in their first, second year of business,
Mm-hmm.
where like they have been hitting, they know that the reason they're not growing is because, and they're hitting plateaus in their revenue or in their progress. And the
Yep.
reason that that's happening is because of their own mindset, their fear of being seen, imposter syndrome, self-worth, overwhelm, heaviness, all the stuff that, that happens in the very beginning of business because you have to put so much work into it before it
Yes.
actually works or even gets traction, right?
Yes.
So there's a lot of that, but I also work with people that have already accomplished their like initial milestone goals, like the 100K, the 150K. And in that process, when they're like wanting to scale, they're noticing like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of fears, a lot of doubts, or a
Yes.
lot of stress. Like exactly what you were saying. It's like instead of them running the business, the business is running them. And it's like it's not that they don't know how to grow the business. They know exactly how to grow the business, but
Yep.
their nervous system is so freaked out by more people, more work, well, more people
Yes.
that they are equating in their head like to more work, right? Because if you have rolled with the punches, if you have gotten to like 100K, 200K, 300K by working hard, your mind is going to make that equation. It's going to say, I just have to continue to work hard. I'm not
Yes.
going to be able to do that until 1
Yes.
million. I'm going to die first.